Afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I think we're going to go take the pup for a walk. I think he's ready. You want to go for a walk today? Let's get him all harnessed up. Here we go. All right, stand up. There you go. It's time for his afternoon walk. As you can tell, I like green. This is my Walden shirt. You can see it. So, yeah, I like green. Green vest, green clothing. And the dog is getting tanked up. We're going to go for a walk. Today's walk, or deciding where to go. I thought about going to conquer this mountain, Q Mountain. Or the second option is to walk down that way, about a mile to go conquer an adult cold snack. So we'll just see where we're headed, and we'll talk along the way. I made it out to the road to walk. I'll just continue on last night's discussion on my last video about nomad life. Ran across a video that someone put out, and it made some good points. So the video I saw was stated towards elderly seniors living on their own in their vehicles, and it made a point that couple of points is you don't need to be elderly to be a nomad, to be out on the road, to be away from everything. You can be any age, as long as you're a legal age. And if you have an income that you can work remotely, you can be out here doing this, working a few hours a day, walking around, going to see things. Now me, I'm just kind of stuck with my dog, so we don't do a lot besides just walk down the street and walk around. I'm running out of projects right now on the bus. Waiting on a few more pieces to come in next week so I can continue on. I think I only have one big project left. As I keep stopping the camera because vehicles go by and it's just a lot of dust out here right now. No rain in a couple of weeks. This road gets really dusty. But as I was saying, you don't need to be retired. And you can come out and get away from everything. If you have a steady income, if you have work, if you have retirement, savings, help from friends, whatever, you can be any age. As a matter of fact, my youngest son is 28. He's living in his car in New Mexico in the mountains. So he's been doing that for a while. And he's got a job, but he enjoys it. So it kind of, I guess the nomadic part kind of runs a little bit in the family. But you can come out at any age. The big thing is, in this video last night I saw was, make sure when you're doing this, or you have a plan to have an exit strategy. What that means is, if you don't plan on doing this for all your life, and you may not when you get older, medical reasons and other things, you need to have some place to go, someplace to do, some way to get exit out of this lifestyle. So yeah, if you have a plan to exit out of the lifestyle, have a piece of property you want to go to, maybe you can purchase over time, pay for it on time, that you can have it settle down, you can reside back in your vehicle or sticks and bricks or however, but most likely not everybody's going to be able to stay out here on the road until they're late in life. But that's one thing she planned, she said, and it made sense. Another car went by. Just dust everywhere. So today's weather is going to be about 80 degrees. It is overcast, which is nice, because out here in the desert, when that sun comes out, it is just hot. Even though it's 80 degrees, that sun is hot, and if you're in the shade, you get a little chilly. But yeah, you can do nomad life, and I had a small, not really a plan, but an idea of what I wanted to do. So that's a good thing to have if you get out, if you have the chance to. Sometimes you don't have a chance to plan where you want to go and maybe forced into something really quick. But I had a chance to think of when I get ready to go on the road is what I wanted to do and what I wanted to accomplish. Yeah, it sounds really nice to get out and go and drive. The disadvantage is you spend a lot of fuel to go from places to places. For instance, in my bus, if I drive 150 miles, it's going to cost me $80 to $90. You do that every day of the week or every couple days, you're at a lot of money. So maybe you can go someplace and stay for 2 weeks. BLM land, you can stay for 2 weeks and save some money on fuel. See what's around the area. But if you're so inclined to go from place to place and travel from day to day, you can do that also. And since I've been out here in Courtside in the desert for the past few months, it's kind of nice to sit back and not drive so much. But we'll drive we drove quite a bit when we first got started, which I didn't record any of it. But we did 2,500 miles. And then we did almost 5,000 miles just to get here to Arizona, which I didn't record any of it. Got a few still pictures, but no recordings. But yeah, have yourself a plan if you can. And I had only 3 things or 4 things that I planned when I left Arkansas. And believe me, the hardest thing to do was to leave, to get out of my comfort zone and to get on the road. I was in the same town for 37 years. Knew every street, knew a lot of people, a lot of places, and got really comfortable with everything. So the hardest plan, like I said, for me was to realize that I had to leave. I made a commitment to myself that I'm living in a vehicle, in a bus. I need to leave. And so the hardest point was breaking away and leaving my comfort zone. The journey of 1,000 miles began with a turn of the key. And this journey has been almost 6,000 miles. So it's been good. And when I started out, my friend asked me, what are you going to do when you're on the road? Where are you going to go? What are you going to see? And I only had a couple things planned out. One was I wanted to see the balloon festival in Pagosa Springs, Colorado. And 2, I wanted to see the aspens turning in Colorado. Number 3 was to see my land in Colorado. And number 4 was to get out here to Courtside. to set up for the winter. So I think I accomplished all those in a relatively short amount of time, because I had a trip back to Arkansas for a wedding and then back on the road. So I actually went west a couple months, went back east for a month, and then came west again. So it was all good. But if you have a plan when you're out, some version of where you want to go, how long you want to spend, how much you want to, stay. Where do you want to stay? How long do you want to stay? That helps. But any age can do it. But do have an exit plan. If you do this lifestyle for a while, that when either you get something happens, you get tired of it, health reasons, or etc., that you want to get out, you got to go back to the old ways. And so have a plan to how you want to get there and what do you want to do. Well, we know what worn out. You might have noticed what won out. Adult cold snack. Now we got to walk over here. We're in Tyson Wells, the little vendors area. We got to walk over here to the game store, to the ATM, because every place down here takes cash. A lot of them don't take cards. So let's go get some cash. Let's stop by the groceries. A few places still open down here. A lot of them have already closed for the season. And their season is winter time, so they close in the springtime. There's Gringos. I heard it's really good Mexican food. I haven't eaten there, but I've seen a lot of good views on it. And they're closed right now. Close at noon on Sunday. All right, we're going down here and get a couple candy snacks and see if I can control the dog while he smells all the other dogs. Some of the vendors are still here. Discount groceries. I went and got some Haribos because it's getting warm, and I love chocolate, but chocolate this time of year melts, so it becomes a syrup. And so there's a Mama Bears and some clothing, CBNs, CBGs, all the kinds of numbers and letters, gummies, oil drops and things. And here's some crystals. Over here. Walk real fast to look at a couple of these crystals. Here's some crystals they have. A lot of these you can find out in the desert. Some of them you have to really look for, especially the quartz. Here's some, I call them Easter eggs, jasper. Interesting. Really a lot of different minerals and rocks. So, okay. We're going to continue on walking, and a couple more booths down here we're going to walk past. And everything else is and I see another dog in the distance, so I've got to manually control. All right, as we head out, there's an ice cream. It's got this old-fashioned one-cylinder ice cream maker. You can hear it pumping. All right, back to this. This one's turning the ice cream as it comes through. And off we go. Beer Belly's Adult Daycare. That's where we were. As you can see, there are all the ATVs that are gathered around the watering hole into Beer Bellies. There's a local watering spot for all the adults, so you can go in there and party like it's 1999. Or in my case, you can party like you're 99. So there it is. All right, if anybody knows Courtside or seen other videos, this is where the big tent was at, back behind this fence. And down this way were RVs parked all the way down for sale. And there was a big tent, the 70,000 square foot tent in January goes up there for the vendors and sellers. And all of this becomes RV parking for sale. On the other side of those RVs is a big lot for your RV sales. So this will stay dormant until probably about December of this year, when they start moving a few things back in for the January show. And right over there is where I thought about going. Zoom into the Q on the mountain. I'm focusing through a fence. There it is. That's Q Mountain, Courtside Mountain. We'll go up there before we leave next month or April. But there is the second journey. All right, we are back from our walk from downtown or down to the Tyson Wells discount area. Zen is under the bus. He is tired from all his dog escapades, smelling and marking lots of territory. I'm getting ready to cook dinner. I'm not going to have much tonight because somebody ate a huge bag of these things on the way back from the walk. So I love the Haribo products, and they're only $1. Can't beat it. But now I feel like a giant sugar-laden berry cloud, so I'm just about to explode. So tonight we're just going to have a grilled chicken sandwich. Already got my charcoal started going, and we'll see what it looks like in a moment. Charcoal starter is working good. We've got some hot coals going there. Can't get too close, might melt my phone. But those great charcoal starters are wonderful. I use those for years. Just put charcoal on top, put some paper or things in the bottom, light it. There's no fuel, there's no gas smell, there's nothing. It just burns. And when it burns, just dump it into the grill, which is up there. When the charcoal's ready, we just dump it into the grill. And there it is. We're going to throw the chicken on there and have some sandwiches. Yeah, those are big pieces of chicken, but somebody over there is waiting for a piece of chicken. So we're going to eat and we'll come back with you. Dinner was done, the walk is done, and now it's time for a beverage. Bosque Brewing, Elephants on Parade. I've had this for a while and it's been around the bus. It's just beat up, but we'll drink it. It's kind of light, fruity flavored, really good for summer, but it has seen travel mode. So we're sitting here waiting for the sunset to see what happens tonight. It's right behind the camera, and we probably got another 10 minutes, but I don't think we're going to get too much because it's pretty cloudy. But who knows? I think this morning's sunrise was amazing. I missed it, but from what I understand, it was just set the world on fire looking. So we're having our beverage, and as you saw on the earlier, that I did accomplish my not goals, but my destinations, where I wanted to go, the 4 places. I'm here in the last one, here at Courtside. And so the only destination I have planned after this is I want to go to California, which is that way. Go to Joshua Tree National Park. I think it's about 2 hours from here. So we'll go over there and look at more desert, different kind of trees and stay on BLM land for free. So yeah, this is, you know, the nomad life is good. Not everybody's, you know, can do it. If you don't like being out alone and doing your own thing, if you're but it's not for everybody. But if you are, you don't have to have a plan, and plans help. If you're just spontaneous and get up and go, more power to you. Just enjoy the journey, and just enjoy being out in nature and getting away from the hustle and bustle of the big city life. For you know, leave your worries behind, because out here they're a little less, but they're still around. So, and that's it for this evening. We're gonna see how this beer is. Just like I remembered it, really light and fruity. So, elephants on parade. So we'll see what happens. If the sunset comes out, we'll show you some of that. If not, this will be the end of the video. Thanks for watching, everybody. Subscribe, like, and see you on down the road. Cheers.